Hi guys, it's Andy Worsley from Worsley on the Web. Today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite ways to engage students in their thinking, which is called Kahoot. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with a quick tutorial of how to use Kahoot in your classroom. So first thing you want to do is open up your browser and head out to the address bar, and there you're going to type in getkahoot.com, and that's going to take you to the Kahoot main page. Now, if you are using Kahoot for the first time, you're going to choose sign up for free, because this is a free resource for us to use in our classrooms. You're going to go through and answer some questions. I'm a teacher. Where do you teach? Then you're going to continue by creating a username, email, password to create your account. Now I'm going to go back because I already have an account. And so I'm just going to sign in. Okay, so now I'm into my Kahoot main page. This is going to be the main page that you're going to want to use for a lot of things. And to get back here, you always just choose New Kahoot over here on the left. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to just search for a Kahoot to use in your classroom. Okay, so you're going to want to go to public Kahoots, because again, this resource is amazing because you don't have to recreate the wheel. There are already so many Kahoots made for you, and more being made each and every day. So go ahead and choose public Kahoots. And here you're going to have a chance to type in your title, subject, area, or skill that you want to be using a Kahoot for. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose sequencing. Okay, and so now I've got all of these Kahoots that I can be utilizing. Okay. And I'm just going to choose this one here because it says that it's already been played 150 times and it's been favored 111 times. So that tells me that it's been played often and people like it, and so it's probably actually a pretty great one. So before I hit play, I'm just going to click on it because I always want to preview my Kahoots before I play them with my kids to make sure that they're appropriate. Okay. So as we go down, we'll see all the questions, and you have the choice here to show all answers. I always use this because then I can make sure that the questions and the answers are appropriate to use, because you don't ever want to be caught off guard and use something that turns out to not be right for your grade level of kids. Okay, so that looks fine with me. And if I'm not going to want to play it right now, then I'm just going to choose to favorite it. So now it'll be added to my favorites list, and I'll show you where that is in just a minute. Now I'm going to show you one other thing that we can do with Kahoot that is going to allow us to not recreate the wheel, yet we're still going to be able to use the Kahoots in our classroom and tailor them to our students. So next I'm just going to type in a new skill. I'm going to type in biography because we've been working on biographies and reading. And let's see. I'm going to choose this one here, biography books. Now, as I hover over it, we see a duplicate. This means that you can take the already made Kahoot, you can duplicate it or make a copy, just like we do in our Google Drive, make a copy of it. Then we can go and we can edit it in whichever way we feel fit. So I'm going to choose duplicate. And so now this is owned by me. It's going to be called duplicate of. You can always rename it by editing it. So if you want to edit the title, you could name it, your last name or the teacher's name, so you know it's the one that you're working with. And then you have the chance to go through and edit the questions and the answer choices. You can edit if you want points or no points. You can change the time limit for the question. And then you can also make sure that the answer choices are the ones you want. You can add an answer choice, you can delete an answer choice, and then you can also make sure that you're choosing which are correct and which are incorrect. And you just keep going through. You can delete a whole question if you want to, and you can also add new questions. So again, this is a great way to help you not have to recreate the wheel, yet still tailor these Kahoots to you and your classroom. Okay, so those are the two ways that I use the most often. I'm going to go ahead and save it so that now I have it in my list. Okay, now if we go back to the home page, we're going to see the chance where we can create a new Kahoot. Now, if you want to start over fresh from the beginning and you want to make this on your very own, it's really easy to do. Then you would just choose Create New Kahoot. You're going to choose if you want a quiz, a discussion, or a survey. You'll give it a name, like quiz, and you will then start answering and adding questions. You can drag and drop images. Again, you can edit the points if you want points or no points. You can change the time limits, and then you will just keep using add question, save and continue to help you go through. Okay, so now I'm going to go to a new tab, which is My Kahoots. So these are all the Kahoots that I have created or duplicated and edited myself. As you can see, some of them, if I haven't saved them, I can choose continue editing. The ones that are finished, I can choose to play them, favorite them, or share them with others. So this is another great way for teachers to collaborate, because if you found a great Kahoot you want to use, or you've made one you want to share it with your team of teachers so that everyone can use the same one, then you can just share it with them via their username in Kahoot, which is pretty great. So these are the ones that I've made are duplicated. Then I can choose my favorites, and these are all of the ones that I have just clicked favorite. And so I'm keeping it as a resource to come back and maybe I want to look at it later. Maybe I chose 3 different sequencing Kahoots, and now I'm going to go back and compare and contrast to see which one I want to use. Or maybe I want to duplicate them from there, and I can still do that by hovering over and choosing duplicate. So I can make some changes and edits to make it work for me in my classroom. Okay. You also have a chance to look at your ones that have been shared by other people. And again, we always can go back to the home page here. So this is showing you how to create an account, what you can do when you're inside, whether you want to recreate the wheel and make your own Kahoot, you want to favorite a Kahoot and use one that someone else has created for you, or you can duplicate and then edit a Kahoot to have it be tailored directly to your kids in your classroom. Stay tuned for the next tutorial, which is going to show us how to implement in our classrooms, what the students need, what we need to do to make them successful in using this amazing free resource called Kahoot.